Hello, it is Christmas Eve and I am actually taking a break. I'm making, or me and my son, we're making buñuelos for today so the kids could enjoy some buñuelos, and the dough is resting and all the kids are preoccupied, so I thought I would just make a really quick video on something that I didn't hear a lot of growing up. That's our little Pekingese crying because my son is going on a driving lesson with his dad, and I'm glad it's his dad taking him and not me. So anyways, one of the things that I don't feel like I heard a lot about growing up was dating and the goals of dating and why we date. And I've really been thinking about, I've actually thought about it for years because of my kids, but specifically now that I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old, and a thing that we have been raising our kids with is intentional dating. Intentional dating is not dating just to date. It is dating with marriage in mind. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that our family, when I say our family, I mean my mom's side and extended family on that side was, you didn't date just to date because it was a fun thing to do. One, because I have seen that for girls very young, it is very easy to feel love and infatuation at a very young age. And you're 13 and you fall in love, and you're 15 and you fall in love, and you're 16 and you fall. It is just like to me, it just seemed like a cycle of heartache and mistrust. I didn't feel like it really built anything positive for the girl. My son, we've always told my son, you're young, and it does happen, but it's rare for such a young teen to fall in love and date and stick with that girl for years. And I felt like unless you really, really, really like her, I think you should just be friends. You know, talk, have fun, have crushes, but to go out on dates, me and you, and we're gonna go to a restaurant, or we're gonna go to this bookstore, I have never been comfortable with that. Another caveat that we had for my teen son is like, unless you can pay for her and pick her up, you have no business asking anybody out on a date. So one of the things that has inspired me was listening to how the Orthodox Jews view dating, and their view of dating is it should, since they date within their religion, and they believe a lot of their values are similar. They value Jewish traditions, they value Jewish faith, they value Jewish holidays, they value family, so if you are Orthodox Jew and I am Orthodox Jew, well, and I find you attractive, you find me attractive, then hey, let's make this work. I really have striven very hard to instill in my kids to only date individuals that share their values. Value hard work. We value family. We value, we don't really value materialism. We value sacrifice. We value, obviously, serving God, the Word, going to church. So I told my kids, it's important. Yes, you have to have common interest, but if you don't have common values, you are setting yourself up for misery. I break it down more like this. My oldest is he's tidy, and I really appreciate that tidiness, but I said, if you date an individual and then marry an individual that is not what they value, that they can have a disaster and they're dirty and they don't wash their clothes, and you are going to have you're gonna have problems. The same thing with my daughter. My husband has been a model of a hard-working husband that provides for his children. And I told her, if you date and eventually marry a guy who doesn't have the values of providing for a family the way your dad has shown you, you are going to resent that person. You are not going to respect them, and you're just headed for misery. So I've been having these conversations with our kids since they were 10, and I'm hoping that in having these conversations that it will up the percentages of them having a successful marriage. There is no 100% that you're going to have a successful marriage. You can marry an individual and you believe you have the same vision of your future together, and things change, they change. But my hope is that in them marrying somebody with their belief system, with their ideals, with their values, that it really ups the percentages of having a successful marriage. So, going all the way back to dating in our family, this is not biblical, this is our family values. And you know what? My kids could be like, I don't like your values. I don't like your views on dating. My daughter could sneak out the window and go on a date unbeknownst to us, and that is her choice. But I wanted to share that I feel that modern day dating is toxic. I don't think it is not courting. I don't think it makes a girl feel pursued or special or loved. I think it dehumanizes girls in a way to boys, especially in the Instagram world that boys live in now. So I think it would be great for you to have this talk with your spouse and really start having this conversation with your kids about what dating is, the goal of dating, what marriage is, the goal of marriage, and it's never too soon to start. Anyways, well, I hope this is helpful for you and helpful for your family, and I hope this does start some really good conversations. God bless you and Merry Christmas.